It's Saturday night, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the Love Speak. I'm Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV. Please make sure to like and share this video. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so when I go live, you never miss a chance to let your love speak, y'all. Tonight, we got a fantastic show for y'all. A bit of an interesting topic because I think everybody got some crazy family out there or dealing with somebody that got some crazy family. So we're going to be trying to break down tonight, y'all, issues with your partner's family. And we're going to talk about that and we're going to discuss that. And I got two very, very, very special guests that's going to help us do that this evening. But before I bring them in, um, make sure y'all head on over to www.bksoulfarm.com and pick up a copy of 1016 160 Self Sustainability by Ali Dawood. Link is in the description. And also, same great ribs, next level flavor, ribs on the run 2.0, bold flavor made to go, real ribs, real flavor, real good. Perfect for events, parties, catering, and more at 984 331 6946. Scan the QR code to get in Ribs on the Run 2.0 mode. And then also, y'all, don't forget each and every third Sunday of the month, subscribe right now because we giving away money. We give away $100 to a random subscriber when you subscribe to DB Chef TV on YouTube. We want to show love to y'all for showing love to us. That's what we doing. And like we always say, if money's tight, it's all right. We're going to still love you if you just smash that like. So give us a thumbs up, so we can keep doing what we doing. And y'all let us know, if we doing all right. So tonight, y'all, we got FDB pulling up with us. All right, we're going to bring FDB into the show. What's going on, FDB? Can you hear me? I know we got Toxic Tasha in the building too, though. Toxic Tasha, you in the building?
Yes, I am being toxic as
It's F
always.
What is it? What is it?
FBD.
FBD, Frank Bravo
Yeah.
Delta, always.
Or future baby daddy. Not mine, but somebody's future baby daddy.
That's right. That's right. And then we also got Toxic. Y'all hear the voice of Toxic Tasha in the building. And man, let's go ahead, y'all, and get into these questions. Uh, we're gonna hit the Love Speak Q&A so we can find out what we're talking about tonight. All right.
All right.
So we got 5 questions for the viewers and for our special guests to help us break down. Our first question is, what does family mean to you? All right, we got a lot of people want a certain family, but they don't know what it. They don't even have a meaning of it. They don't know what it look like. Maybe they do. Maybe it's just a couple of things. It's a few things, but we want to know, what does family mean to you? Number two, what does a healthy family look like to you? Maybe these questions on a first date, you might be able to ask, if you get another first date. Some people might be married, they might be already in a long-term partnership, but some people is in the field and you might need to, ask that question if you're going to make it a long-term deal. So, number three, when dating or married, is your partner's family part of the deal? Do you marry the family? Do you date the family? Or are you just dealing with that individual? We're going to get into that. Number four, have you ever had the feeling that your partner's family doesn't like you? Anybody ever had that feeling? I know I have. I'm going to share something on that. And then last but never least, number five, if partners disagree about family matters, how should they resolve them? You know? So, we're going to get into it, y'all. What does family mean? What does healthy look like? Is a family, is they part of the deal? And we're gonna get some answers to these questions. And we got FBD and Toxic Tasha that's gonna help us do that tonight. So what I would like for y'all to do is, besides smashing that like, tell us what you think in the live chat and let your love speak. We're gonna go ahead and jump into the first question tonight, and we always gonna do ladies first. So we're gonna let Tasha jump off with the first question. What does family mean to you?
Family means people that you're around that love and care about you. You know, even if we have disagreements, it doesn't lead to being unhealthy or like problematic. You know, I think that's what family is. I don't know. Hello, everybody. Yeah.
You said some key things. You said that they there to care for you.
Mhm.
Right now, is that your family, or
Yeah,
is that
it is.
their family?
I mean, well, when you become married or if you're in a partnership, after a while, families do become blended. So hopefully, like if I got into a relationship, hopefully I could be with a man whose family loves and cares about me and respects me.
Okay, and
Yeah, that sounds about
what
right.
does that care look like though? How far does that care go? We need some. We want to break that because because I could be like, yeah, I care about you. I
Actions.
don't see you dead, but I may not be there to look out for you. Like I don't, because everybody got different, definition of what care for you is. Like, yeah, I care about you, but I might not care for you. You
Yeah, yeah, true shit, true shit. Yeah.
So how we FBD, you want to chime in on that, on that question too.
Okay,
We
I'm
ain't hear
back.
we
Here
ain't
we
hear
go.
none of that. We ain't hear none of that. You gotta go again.
Okay, what family means to me, basically, you got to be
We got technical
enough
difficulty
to
enough
deal with the other family members if they not up to standards.
up to standards. Okay, so people may already have expectation or a standard of what they 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 think that their relative you should bring home, basically who what
Yeah,
type of person they should be dating or what type of person they should be involved with. Well, isn't there this saying though? Y'all let me know. Isn't there this saying is you can't tell nobody who to fall in love with? Y'all ever heard that?
Yeah. I wish
yeah,
people had told me who to fall in love with. Oh, shit.
I feel you though, cause see where I'm at is just like, well, you can't tell nobody who to fall in love with, but you should be able to tell them some things
that's
to
true
look out
because
for, right? Give them some game.
sometimes you can suggest who you gonna love, who they
Mhm.
want you, but at the end of the day, it's all about you and the person that you want in your life,
Mm,
Okay.
not the other ones.
mm.
Because the other ones, they might look better, they might
Look, FBD breaking up. You got bad
be
signal though.
more financially better, but you know what I mean.
You
Your
said that
heart's
they
got to
might
be
look. You said
into that person.
your heart got to be into that person. Okay. What's coming
Yeah,
through? I mean, you dropping jewels. What's coming through? It's breaking up. It is breaking up. But what's coming through though? We just gonna roll off that. What you think, Toxic? Did your heart got to be in it to
I mean,
win it?
I'm sorry, I could barely hear him. So what was he saying?
He
I'm so
said.
sorry.
He said your heart got to be in it to win it. Even though that you have that parents or peers or a family member may have a standard, of what they think you're supposed to be dealing with. They may look at you like, we do that as people, right? people look at People may look at certain things and then think you supposed to this or you supposed to that, because people are scared to ask questions, to
Mm,
to know what's really going on,
mm,
right?
mm,
um but because that's so common, then it translates to
Yeah, see that.
that then it translates to not wanting to, to where people like don't want to say certain stuff.
Mm,
Okay. And then I think that's where that line gets gets drawn at, where like now you can go and deal with somebody and you have all these bad experiences, but nobody never said, hey, have you thought about not dealing with a person like this? So helping them develop some type of standards, you know,
mhm,
because we got that saying, I ain't got no type,
mhm.
right? So if you're not having no type, then that means you're willing to roll with anything.
Yeah, true shit. Is he live?
I think he gonna come back. I think he gonna come back. I think he just yeah. You want to come in with just the audio and see if that'll
I
work?
was I was trying to do that
Mm.
because it seemed like that's it just keep fade in and out on me.
We enjoy seeing you. I like seeing them.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we're just gonna go ahead. We're gonna rock
Oh, well,
with it. We're
thank
gonna
you for being here too.
look, y'all. Look, so we just gonna go ahead and rock out. Look.
No, it wasn't like that. No, I just like seeing y'all on camera. It wasn't like that. No.
we about
I know.
we gonna move to the second question, family.
Mm,
So our second question, first question though, what does family mean to you? Y'all let us know in the comment section.
mm,
Let us know if any of those things that Toxic Tasha was talking about or FBD said resonate with you. Okay. Or share what you think it is, just because, would like to know. Give us something to talk about. All right. What up, Bug? Shout out to lovely ATV in the building, always pulling up. Number one fans, my number one fan. Number two, what does a healthy family look like to you? Because we already talked about what it means to you, you know, but then what it looks like is, in my opinion, something that you would be looking for prior to getting involved, if that makes sense. Because you're looking for, it's like when you're looking for a pair of shoes. And I do think it's that simple. I think it's like if you're looking for a pair of shoes, if you're looking for a shirt to match your outfit, you know, um, that's what you're looking for. What you think, Toxic Tasha? Let us know.
what does family look like to me?
What does a healthy family
I
look
mean,
like?
I kind of just talked about it in the
Yeah.
first thing, so it's just a repeat or encore about what I already discussed.
Is it? I mean, well, that's what it meant to you.
But that's what it looks like too.
But I mean, but now you can go a little bit more in depth. Okay. Remember when I asked you about the care, right?
Mhm. Like, all right, you not gonna let anybody talk badly about me? Are you not gonna put me in a situation where I gotta defend myself? Are you gonna let your family know that, hey, this is the one I plan on protecting and providing and professing?
Okay. So they telling their family this, right?
And they showing their family that,
They
like,
showing their family that you will do some of those other things, that say them stuff again, go down that list again.
oh my lord. Protect, provide, and profess. Are you willing to do that? You're not gonna put me
No,
in
no,
such
not specifically the three P's. I know your three P's:
Mhm,
protect, provide, and profess. Right? We talked about
mhm,
that.
yeah.
What I'm talking about is the things like standing up for you.
Yeah, like you're not
Okay.
gonna put me in a position where anybody in your family feel like they can play with me.
And what would them playing with you look like? What would that would somebody
Can I give an example?
that's what
All
we here
right.
for.
So one time I was dealing with this dude, right? And I unfortunately met his family, and they just made it clear, like, yo, your nigga ain't your nigga. Like, this man don't love you. He don't care about you. They was looking at me with the side eye. They was looking at me like they had an attitude that I was there. You know what I mean? But the baby mother that he swore that he couldn't stand, they was all hugging on her, loving on her. So it was like, yeah, he was protecting and providing for her.
Okay, okay. So let me ask you this: do you think he was protecting, providing for her, or he was protecting, providing for his baby?
He was doing it for her.
But they had a child though.
Yeah, they did. Hmm.
So it's like, you know, a man that's going to still take care of his child,
Mm.
it's not a bad guy.
No, it's not. I'm not saying don't take care of the child, but his family just made it very evident that he was still in love with her as opposed to he was just dealing with me for the time being. That's just how his family treated me.
Well, is could we as humans, I don't have any babies,
Mhm.
but I mean, FDB can help me out. Is it as a man, like, I know guys that have children and some of them still deal with their baby moms and however they had their life, but they always gonna have love for that woman that's the mother of their child.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like, I mean, I would kind of be a fool to think,
But
they may not deal with them, they may not
Mm,
like them as a person, but
mm,
they still gonna have a love for them
mm,
because that's their child's mother, you know.
mm. Well, when I went around his family, it was made very clear that yeah, the person that you dealing with don't love you, and that they're very much so still actively involved in dealing with their baby mother.
Mm. So we would say in that case that wasn't a healthy family. That didn't look like a healthy family.
Not for me. Mm-mm.
But on their side, did it look like it was healthy for them? You know,
Yeah, it looked like it was helpful for them. It's just like I was at the wrong party. Like, yeah, this is not where I should have been.
I can dig that. FBD, big bro, what do a healthy
oh
family
yeah,
look like to you, family?
a healthy family to me is communication. On everybody's
What you say after communication?
communication, everybody getting along. There's no fighting and bickering over little petty stuff.
For sure. So do we ask questions like,
You
for like for
know,
the viewers, for some young folks?
is but more as though growing up together in the same household with each other, it makes your family strong.
It make your
It makes
family.
it beautiful because you didn't do this or you didn't do that. Everybody know they role and it gets things done and everybody's happy.
Okay. I could dig that. What my question was, to a point that you made, was that we got young people out here just, getting their feet wet. We got some older people who ain't got it right yet. And maybe some of them things, yeah, or maybe they are where they want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't telling them that you gotta be a certain way. Um, but is that a good question to ask when you dating somebody? Like, do your family, like, do you come from a family that communicates? Do y'all talk to each other? How do y'all talk to each other? Do y'all yell and cuss each other out? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that normal for you? Because, like, if that's normal for you, that may not be normal for, like, me and my family. We don't talk to each other like that. We don't,
Yeah.
so, like, is that what y'all do? Is that how you were taught? Is that what
Mhm.
because I don't want that for myself.
Yeah, exactly. Love language.
Right. And then, yeah, then that can go into a love language type of,
Mhm.
where it's like, nah, we don't do that. Like, I don't do that with people in the street.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You know? So when you look at that, could that be something that somebody might, that might add to their game to get their game tight?
Mhm.
Because a lot of people will meet each other, and everybody got their ish with them, right? But they bring their issues to the table. But the physical attraction is so enormous. Everybody lusting, trying to get to the part that's already set in stone. Like, she's already giving you her attention. You're already giving her your attention, and y'all out mingling. So the opportunity, you just don't have to mess it up. Like she already wants you to have it because she's giving you her time and investing into you. So, I mean, that's when I'm under the impression how, how it worked. At least that's how it worked for me. Okay. So that's the easy part. But then we get to doing all that, but then we don't have these conversations about what type of family you got going on, how your family
Mm-hmm.
structure is. And then now people start getting, now you start learning this stuff and you start realizing, like, man, I really don't like this situation, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe some questions about that, even if it seemed weird. Like, why you asking all these? So if I'm asking you questions, if I'm about to talk myself out of something that you want to give to me already, because I'm asking you some questions about me, not just, you know, wham bam, thank you, ma'am, in this situation, then let me know what type of time you want. If you just want the D and that's it, you know, because I may not be looking at you like, like you for tonight, and you might not be the right one, So we need to have them type of conversations. I'm thinking, if we trying to get to that we're in this love together, you know, if we trying to do all that. So let's go ahead and jump to number three. Question number three. When
Mhm.
dating or married, is your partner's family part of the deal? Toxic Tasha, what you think? Are they part of the
Yes.
deal? Why?
Think about it. Christmas, birthdays, Kwanzaa, whatever y'all celebrate, the in-laws gonna be there. Your people gonna be there. So yeah.
It's not possible to just be like, um to not be like, I'm not doing that stuff.
When you say not doing what stuff, what do you mean by that? Like you're not gonna participate in Christmas dinner, 4th of July cookouts? You're not gonna participate in that?
Yeah, just like, nah, you go ahead and go chill with your family. Like, I'm cool.
But don't that put a strain on your relationship? Like, but you antisocial? What, you don't want to be around my parents? You know how us women are.
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm just, I'm looking at another side of the coin. Somebody might be like, I married you, I ain't married them.
Okay, but
I'm
think
dealing,
about it.
I'm dealing with you. I ain't
Family
dealing
get togethers, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas, them in-laws that you swear you don't like, or them in-laws that you say, oh, I'm not marrying and I'm just marrying you, they gonna be right there.
Mhm.
so what about, so let me ask you the same thing, FBD, you know,
Oh yeah, you definitely. The family is definitely part of it.
definitely
Not
families
all
part.
of them, but dealing with dealing with your significant other's family can be sometimes difficult because they may not even like their family, or they may not like your family. So you got to take in consideration of when you're doing these outings for holidays and birthdays and stuff like that. If you know you got a problem with somebody and you don't want nothing to kick off, don't let them go, because that is basically what we call trying not to put the fuel on the fire and messing up your household. Oh, excuse me, y'all.
Yeah, that's good game. Yeah, yeah, that's good game, definitely. um I
But
like I like
yeah,
both things that both of y'all said, because but I'm thinking that it's, that a person could do that, like in those cases where it's a person that doesn't like their own family, um and then you have a person that, and let's say that they don't like their partner's family either, you
Oh,
know.
Lord.
Yeah, like that's a lot. But at the same time, though, whatever issues that person would have with their own family, then they wouldn't press their partner to go to family functions. So so you brought in a good dynamic, because now we have to take it to another level, because now what if you
Right.
do have a
That's
person
true.
like FBD was saying, that they don't get along with their family. They
Well,
have
then this
issues,
shouldn't be an issue. I'm just going to use
right?
myself as an example. Like, say, for instance, I didn't get along with my family. I wouldn't force the person that I'm with to be around my family. I don't even get along with their ass. It's like,
Right. But then you would be looking for his family to give you that which you don't have with your family, though.
yeah, true, I would.
You know, so fair enough. I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe folks gotta get their own house in order first. That might be,
Mm.
that might be something that, because I'm just like, if you can't be cool with your own people, how you gonna be cool with somebody else?
Well, I mean, first, I mean, I don't really think that's not. I don't really think that that's I'm not gonna say a legitimate question, but it's like you don't know what happens to that person and their family. Like, say for instance, a young girl was saved by her brother, and she wasn't cool with her family because of that. You can't say, well, since you don't get along with your family, you're not gonna get along with mine
That's
because you
ma-
don't.
that's major though. That's extreme. So what? The brother never went to jail. Nobody
I
never.
mean, that's it's just an example. I'm just saying, like, people have
I know.
reasons for why they don't get along with their family. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
So,
but that's why I asked. I'm only going off your example. You know, that's all. I'm just saying, like, if they never went to jail, now, if going with your theoretical, if the family never did anything and they knew about it, then yeah, they foul. You know what I'm saying? They all should get
it
charged.
happens a lot in families, especially African American families. Hate to say
You
that.
know, like, that's super foul. But that being a reason, it could be somebody borrowed some money, and they and people got a problem with that. They ain't pay it back. Somebody feel like, you know, or somebody crashed somebody's vehicle
Oh
and
Lord,
they ain't pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Or something, they let them use
Mm.
the car and they wrecked the whip.
oh
Like,
Lord.
it could be numerous things. Like, I know that was a pretty extreme one, and that's real. But I'm just like, it could be anything. But then to go to your partner's family and expect for them, what if they have issues with their, oh man, it's good. So
Oh,
if one partner has issues with their family already,
mm,
right, regardless of how it transpired, and they don't want to be around them, but then you have this person that you met and you didn't tell them, like, I don't really deal with my family like that. I don't mess with my folks. So, you know, I want to date somebody that has a great relationship with their family, because if we gonna start a family, then I want it to look like what it looked like with your folks, because I'm traumatized from all this over here. So, like, that's being open and honest. But what if that person says, well, I feel the same way about my family that you feel about yours? Is that a deal breaker?
no, y'all just better get some play cousins and some play sisters. That's
Man,
just how I gotta go. Cause hey,
okay.
Yeah, that's there you go. When you dealing with people that don't like each other, don't try to force it, because if you force it, then some that's when you're bad community. They don't like me, so don't never force an issue just because you think, oh no, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna no, it's not. It ain't gonna be okay, because the issue that you might serious, it could be some shooting going on. So don't never press an issue when they say, I don't like this person, I don't want to be around them.
mm,
Stay away, because that's what you call
mm, mm.
the dangerous area.
Mm.
What happened? I can't hear you.
Oh crap! Stay away because it's dangerous. I say it all the time.
Mm.
Um, I always say that. I always say like once I find out, like family, friend, or foe. Once I find out that like like you ain't playing with a full deck of cards, like I gotta be like, all right, you dangerous. I gotta stay away from you. You know, because
Exactly.
like you said,
I
like
know.
like
I'm just
FBT said,
saying.
it might be one of those, and when you know how you did, you ain't worried about. You're not scared of them. You scared of yourself most of the time, and you gotta keep yourself balanced.
Mm.
And I understand that because
Mm.
I got certain ways that I feel about family and certain things too.
Mm.
So I understand that, like I have my own unique set of rules for dealing with my folks.
Mm.
And you know, but I like hanging with my wife's family though. It's never a
Mhm.
dull moment.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
true. Even if you hanging out with friends
It is
and
never a
they be like, "Hey, man, I know them folks over there, and I don't really get along with them." So you try to play. You gotta play each situation differently, but be understandable of what's could happen and that you don't want to happen.
absolutely. What could happen and what you don't want to happen. Yeah, being preventative always. We definitely rocking
Brother
with
might
that.
have a warrant or something. You know what I mean?
Oh Lord.
It could get there. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
So you don't want that one.
I do. I already know. We came up together. I know what you're talking about. Number 4, y'all. Fourth question tonight, y'all. If y'all rocking with us, y'all, and enjoying the show, please smash that like button and also subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss a chance to let your love speak. We got question number 4 right now, y'all. We are discussing issues with your partner's family, and we on question number 4. Have you ever had the feeling that your partner's family doesn't like you?
I didn't have the feeling. It was made known that they didn't like me in two cases that I was in.
If you don't mind sharing one with us that ain't too personal.
Oh, nothing is off limits with me. You know that, cuz.
I already know it's toxic. Go,
All right,
girl.
so when I was 19, I was dealing with this dude that I really didn't want to deal with, but I was just desperate. And he was like, we just were totally different. And we used to fight all the time. And we was at his mother's house. We used to destroy his mother's house. So of course, she would call up her sisters and tell her all the shit that we was getting into, like how we used to fight, how we used to destroy her house. Our problems were talked about at the family cookout, and it was just made known. Like, yeah, his aunts would tell me, "We don't think you should be with our nephew. We don't like you," things like that. Which I do see, like, yeah, I shouldn't have been with that clown. But like I said, I was desperate.
Okay. So, um, my bad, y'all. So what was it that that the family didn't like you though?
Because he and I used to fight all the time. We used to destroy his mother's house. So that's why they didn't like me.
Because y'all ain't had no respect for their household, for their property.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, just imagine, like, your daughter or your son dealing with somebody. They come to your house, they get into fights, and they destroy the house.
It sounds like Tom and Jerry. That's what it sounds like
Oh, yeah. We were.
in the house.
Oh, yeah. That relationship was toxic.
I'd be like, y'all cannot come over my house no more.
Exactly. She did say that. Oh, the police was involved. Oh.
See what I'm saying? I told you, nigga, I want. Be careful.
we used to tear that lady's house up.
So what
I'm
you was picking up stuff, trying to hit him with it and everything, picking up.
trying to. Oh, I did. Oh, we used to just fight. Like I'm talking about, like Hurricane Katrina destroying property type shit.
Oh Lord.
So what was the joy? What was the? I mean, I know that was a different time in your life, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
But what was the joy after that? Was it the makeup? It was the makeup.
No, it wasn't that. So I can tell you how the relationship started. I really didn't want this person, but I was desperate.
Mm.
And I would go out looking for other guys and could never find nobody else. So I was angry that I felt like I was stuck with him because he was just not my type at all. Okay. Nothing about him is what I liked. And we would deal with each other because I ain't had no other place to go in terms of a relationship. And then we would just get into arguments. And our arguments we would fight. We would just trash his mother's house when we would fight.
I love you to death. You just said Toxic Tasha just said she ain't even like dude.
I
It
didn't.
was nothing that she liked about him, and you still let him hit the draws though. You
Because I was desperate.
man, I'm trying to tell you, you cold. You
I was
cold.
desperate. Like, just imagine, like, you don't like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but you starving and there's no food in sight. What you gonna do?
I just happen to like peanut butter and jelly, so
Sometimes you just gotta starve.
you know what I'm saying. But
Mhm.
sometimes you do gotta starve for real.
Yeah, well, yeah. But we used to like I said, we used to tear that lady's house up.
Another day with a pro. As long as you
Huh?
got fluids in you, you can always make it another day.
Say it again.
I said, long as you got fluids in you, you can
Yeah.
still make it another day.
Yeah, true shit, true shit. Yeah.
Top
Huh? Oh, y'all went silent on me. What happened?
Nah, he
season.
breaking up. He just breaking up. It's connection.
Yeah, it keep breaking up on me. It's all good though. But you know what I'm saying? Always try if you're not into somebody
Yeah.
and it goes longer than a week.
Yeah. Huh?
He said if you're not
It's
into
something about
somebody,
that's really making you.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
was
if
my
you're not.
it was my codependency. It was my desperation. It was my trauma bonding. It was my inability to be by myself. That's why I was in that relationship. It wasn't a relationship that I really wanted because if I had better options, I would have chose those other options.
so you was just a player that was just trying to get in where you fit in,
No,
player.
I wasn't a player at all. I was
Mm,
playing myself of dealing with his ass.
Oh man, I love it.
yeah,
I love it. You keep it so triller.
Of course. I mean, I can't lie to myself, you know?
Talk about it. Talk about it. You don't sound toxic right now though. You know what I'm saying? I want to tell you something. You sounding like logical
Yeah, but
toxic.
I mean, I was
Yeah.
19 back then. Now I'm 34. So you're looking at a span of 15 years.
Yeah. Can't stay the same, right? That's
Yeah,
lame.
yeah. But like,
Gotta
shout
elevate.
out to Miss Kim. I'm sorry for trashing your house. You feel me? And that was disrespectful.
I,
Send her a nice little bouquet, a little edible arrangement or something one
No,
day.
I sent the $300 and I had to make restitution when she took me to
send us
court.
some IKEA.
Damn, and she took you to court. She wasn't playing about her vases.
Oh yeah, you tearing up that lady house, man. You gotta send her a chair or something.
I
Man,
mean, oh, trust me, she took me to court. I mean, I don't blame her. I mean, yeah, I should have went to court. I should have paid more than 15. I should have paid more than 300. I should have paid at least 1,500 of restitution.
but you would take it though, right?
Yeah, I mean, because I destroyed that lady's house, and now with me having my own stuff, I would shoot somebody if they destroyed my property.
Man, yes, indeed. So, FBD, have you ever?
Yeah,
You got any
I
stories you
can't
can
hear
share
you.
with us? You got any stories you can share with us?
Yeah. Any stories to share?
Yeah.
About breaking up people furniture?
No, 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 no.
Nah,
About the question.
no, ain't breaking up nobody's stuff.
Yeah,
Hold on.
about the question. Have you ever felt like um
Hello? Okay, there we go.
we got you? Can you hear us?
Me personally, what was the question?
Let's bring it back up right quick. Have you ever had the feeling that your partner's family doesn't like you?
I can't hear nothing.
Have you ever had a
Hello?
feeling?
Can you?
Have you ever had a
I
feeling?
can't
Can
hear
you hear?
you.
Okay, go out. We gonna come out.
We
Go
got
leave out.
technical
Back
difficulties.
in. Yeah, I'm gonna kick him from the studio right quick. Let him come back in though. He gonna pull back up though.
Yeah.
He pull back up. We gonna get him back in. But I'm gonna go ahead and share mine. Man, I had two. So I remember, this is my second marriage right here. And this is the one I got right.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember my first marriage, it was early in my military career. I was in a interracial relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And the the other parents, my partner's parents at the time, one of them, her dad um felt some type of way.
Uh-huh.
So I remember we went to a game. We used to go to Miami Hurricane games all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to tailgate and everything. It's a whole ritual for the at the U. Shout out to the U.
Mm-hmm.
And and one of his friends, had came and was hanging with us. And this was one of his college buddies. And he said he made some comments. I don't know. I was drinking, but I could tell the comment that the friend made um that that it was something racist because the way my then wife looked at me, because she maybe thought that I was about to respond because, she know I will, you know, smack somebody. So I was like, um, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear what was said, but it took me back to when I first met her dad because that dinner was like it was the craziest dinner because he said something. He was saying like a lot of little stuff, little slick stuff, and I always knew that like this guy just doesn't like me, and it's not because of who I am as a person. It's because my
Mm-hmm.
complexion.
Yeah.
So what at that particular moment when we were tailgating, I thought, I didn't know where the conversation was going. I just know that she gave me a look like something is about to happen, you know, based on whatever the friend said. And it looked like that kind of, that if it was that same kind of feeling from that dinner table that night. So I was so shocked at what her dad said.
Mm-hmm.
But her daddy spoke very highly of me. Her dad spoke very highly of me at that time. And that's when I realized like, oh, okay. But I carried that whole time. I carried that feeling. Um, why every time I was around him, it was always like I was, walking on glass, you know. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, then I had a time when I was young, like my high school little sweetheart. Um, and I found this out later on. I didn't even know this. She caught us, we was boning one
Mm-hmm.
day, and she caught us, and she took me home. And when she took me home,
Mm-hmm.
when we pulled up to my grandparents' house,
Mm-hmm.
she said, she asked about one of my aunts. So, I was like, oh yeah, that's my auntie. You know what I'm saying? And then she asked about one of my auntie's friends. So when she asked about one of my auntie friends, I was like, oh yeah, that's Aunt so and so. I know her too. Yeah, like that's family, right? Like, but the first aunt, that's my blood, that's my mama's sister. But then the other one, that's my auntie homegirl, like that's her sister. They friend, they ride or die like that, right? So I didn't know why she was doing all that investigating.
Mm-hmm.
She just caught me with my pants down. I don't know how this gonna turn. I don't know if she gonna tell my mama or not. I don't know how this is gonna play out. Um, I'm just like, hopefully she just dropped me off and just let me walk off smooth. And I never knew why she didn't like me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I never knew why. But then like some years later, years, I'm talking about like years after me and the girl done broke up, she married with kids, everything else. I found out why her mother always was uncomfortable with me.
Mm.
She never liked me and she always encouraged her to break up with me. It was
Mm-hmm.
because my aunt's friend was sleeping with her husband.
Well, you didn't have anything to do with that. So hell, she need to get over it
But
and
what
tell
you
her I said it.
but what you have to realize is, I mean, this is old news. But what I have to realize, like, and I wouldn't have known this, I wouldn't have been able to understand this in my youth. But as an adult now, as a half a century year old man, you know, um, what I understand now is that at that particular time, me and that girl was like inseparable,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So, um, so like that girl went and got married at like 20 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
If the way we was together at like 15, 16, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like that could have easily been, I could have been in that role. You know what I'm saying? Because we was inseparable at that time. That puppy love, can't nobody tell you nothing. It's just us. We doing whatever we want to do, and we gonna
Mm-hmm.
find a way to try to do it. You know, regardless. She ain't listening to her parents, I ain't listening to my parents. Right. So understanding that, her mother didn't want to go to no wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Not where I got Aunt so and so and Aunt so and so, and then she look, and then of course, her mother's husband would have to go. Her stepdad would have to be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So then
Mm.
she got to be uncomfortable on one of the happiest, what's supposed to be a happiest day of her life too, to see her daughter get married and be in and start her family and have a man and all that, and then you got to deal with what your husband doing in the
Mm.
street.
Mm.
Yeah, like I don't think that would have been. Yeah, so that's why I was just like, dang, that's why she ain't like me the whole time. I ain't know that, you
Mm.
know, because I wasn't a horrible kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I was just like, wow, that's crazy how sometimes it could be the stuff that you're not even doing. It don't even be you. It
Mm-hmm.
might be things that adults have going on, and parents just because they got their own mess.
Yeah.
And it's like, like you just get caught up in it,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And that's why I always be so like, leave the kids out of it.
Yeah.
Like leave the babies out of it. Don't be a sucker. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
if you got an issue or you got a problem or you got something to deal with another adult, you deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put it on the kids. Don't try to, because you ruin their life,
Yeah.
your own, from whatever you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want to handle your own business.
Right.
But yeah, that's when there was a couple of incidents I felt like family didn't like me. You know. And I could go into another one, but we're gonna leave that one for another one, for another show.
Mm.
Um, but y'all tell us what you think in the chat, y'all. You ever had a feeling like your partner family don't like you, dating somebody, whatever the case may be, married, however the situation is. Okay. Let us know. Let your love speak in the comments. We're gonna go ahead. FBD. I thought he was gonna pop back in.
No.
Thought he was gonna pop back up. If you watching us, FBD, hit the link. Come on back in, bro. Um, we got our fifth and final question. Last but never least, if partners disagree about family matters, how should they resolve them?
They
Toxic.
should talk to each other. Talk to each other.
What that conversation should be like.
I mean, it should be privately, but it depends on the context. I mean, I don't know. Because, I mean, like I said, I never really had a healthy relationship. So I'm the wrong person to ask. I should be asking you that.
You said you never had one.
No, I never had a healthy relationship.
That's crazy. Um, Man, I think you just talk about it. I think you
Mhm.
express your concerns. Like I had a situation, and one thing to remember always is like when you asking somebody about their family, like
Mhm.
sometimes people gonna be real sensitive already because it's their,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
depending on who the person is, they may have a closer connection with them. Especially when you talk about somebody, mom or daddy, siblings. Depend on where they at with their siblings. Because like we talked about, like some people don't even, they like, I don't mess with my brother, I don't mess with my sister, like I can never be like that. Like
Mhm.
like FBD was saying, we came up in the same house, so everybody loved on everybody. Like to this day, people gonna crash out, you know. So I don't understand that, but I do acknowledge that it goes on in life,
Mhm.
because everybody ain't the same. That would make the world boring.
Yeah.
But what I did was in the conversation I had, um, and I hope the love of my life don't mind me sharing this. I just expressed what I was interpreting from the situation.
Mhm.
I asked specific questions, you know, um, just about certain things. But one thing that I reiterated, a few times, because I know sometimes um, when people's emotions are going, they don't hear things,
Mhm.
or they begin to hear things instead of listening. They're not paying attention. They just hear certain stuff and they only get keyed in or whatever because their emotions is firing off, and they no longer engaged in the conversation to get to resolve.
Mhm.
So what I made sure was that I was clear on the fact that regardless of what happened, it don't change the way I feel about the person,
Mhm.
you know, because that's still your family. And I know how much you love that person,
Mhm.
you know. So what I would like to do is just understand why. Like what was their reasoning for that,
Mhm.
you know? And I'm like, even if it's like, well, that's just how I was feeling. Okay, cool. You an asshole. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that don't mean I'm always gonna be an asshole to you though.
Mhm.
You know, what I'll do is I'll keep my distance
Mhm.
because going back to our first question, I can now be like, I didn't marry or I'm not dating that person. I'm dating this person.
Mhm.
And it's only a problem if this person uh doesn't understand, that the person, your partner doesn't understand, like, okay, so if there's something that happened with your family, between me and your family member, okay, and you got their side and you got my side, I know you in the middle, okay? I'm not asking you to pick a side on the person because I want you to love equally, okay? But pick what makes sense. Pick what is not what sound better. What makes sense based on all of the facts, all of the everything that went into it. And then we ask, could I have done something different? Or could they have done something different?
Mhm.
If we both could have done something different, then we both wrong. So as long as you understand that in the middle, then you don't have to pick no sides about who right and who wrong. But what I would like to know, being the person having that conversation with my partner, is where were they at? Why did they take it there? You know, why did they not feel as though that if you think that they could have done something different, why didn't they do that?
Mhm.
You know, and then ask me why I didn't do the thing different too. So that way everybody can get everything out. And once it's all open and it's all, then you have a determination to make whether it's going to be like, all right, is you going to, you know, be petty and carry negative energy because you got to be around your family, you know, or are you going to just be like, ain't nobody perfect. Everybody make mistakes, you know, and because I love this person so much, I'm not going, you know, I'm not going to make this an issue with this other person because then you're going to be uncomfortable, you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
So that's what, you know, that's what I think, like how a conversation can be had, you know, if people have a problem with their partner's family or have a situation, you know, but um I also am under the impression, like, man, ask as many questions as you can on the first date, like on these
Mhm.
dates, you know, before you get to sleeping together and exchanging feelings and everything,
Yeah.
or create a new life. It's just like, you know, because not giving a fuck and just for a fuck can get you a whole life that you stuck with, you know.
Yeah.
And we ain't saying babies is bad, but I'm just saying, if you know, if one person didn't want it as much as they wanted to, you know, do what makes a baby, then you know that's a problem.
Mhm.
That's a problem because, you know, now you did the work, you did the do, you had the fun part, you
Mhm.
know, now the work begins. So you want the work without the fun? I mean, then you should have been a little bit more careful with what you was doing,
Right.
you know. So having, you know, having issues with the family, then it's too late. Now it's just like, now you got to blend this family together. You got to, and then you got to learn as you go.
Right.
Preventative is always better. I'm like, hey, if I'm asking the questions, I don't mind. Now I'm married, but I ain't mind taking a woman out on a nice day. We go to Roof Chris Morton's. Uh, what's the other one we used to go to? It was a couple of steakhouses we used to go to. Um, and then restaurants, Joe Stone Crab. I mean, Barton G's. Like, we used to be, you know, we used to go places, have a good time, right? But I didn't mind spending because I'm gonna eat regardless,
Mhm.
you know, and I like to eat nice, be good food and nice places too. So I wouldn't mind taking a young lady out and spend $200-300 on a dinner and having a conversation, realizing like I don't want to. I like you physically, how you look, but after talking to you, I'm not putting this inside of you. You know,
Right.
for real. You know, because yeah, you got a nice shell. You know what I'm saying? But that's the reason why I had a meal and had a conversation.
Mhm.
You know, I'm gonna eat. I will be here anyway. If you walk in with somebody else next week, I will be here anyway, and I don't have to be here with on a date. I could be there with the fellas. You know,
Yeah.
so it's not that serious to me. Because I mean nowadays we see socially like people like who should pay for the first date and who should like all that's some young boy corny stuff to me. Not NBA young boy. Shout out to him, but but just that's just some new stuff. That's just some new day and age where I'm just like, man, like you can't even take a lady out no more just to have the conversation to figure out what's what. Like, is that rough out here? These young men need to go to trade school or something
Yeah.
before they trying to you know, take a lady out, get you some sustainability, man.
Mhm.
So but yeah, but that's what I would think. That's how I think that the conversation, that's how they should try to resolve it. Open, honest discussion with some compassion, some care,
Mhm.
consideration, patience
Mhm.
and honesty,
Mhm.
and honesty and being willing to listen too. Not just, even though you vent, yeah, you get your stuff, you trying to get your point across.
Mhm.
But when it's their time to talk, then you listen.
Mhm.
You know, when it's your time to talk, they should be listening too. It's mutual. But yeah, y'all let us know what y'all think in the live chat. And
All right, I'll talk to you later. Thank you for having me.
yeah, Toxic Tasha, we thank you for pulling up tonight. We gonna close it out. But it's always a pleasure. And you gonna be with us next Saturday? You,
Of course. What's
you
the topic?
I don't know. We're gonna come up with something, but we'll be back next week, next Saturday night right here, 10 p.m.
All right.
DBCHEFTV. Toxic Tasha, have a peaceful, positive, and productive rest of your weekend.
All
You know,
right.
we love you. Thanks for
All right.
pulling up.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Peace. Yeah, chat. So we had 5 questions tonight. What does family mean to you? What does a healthy family look like to you? When dating or married, is your partner's family part of the deal? Have you ever had the feeling that your partner's family doesn't like you? And if partners disagree about family matters, how should they resolve them? You know what we want you to do? Tell us what you think in the live chat, or let your love speak in the comments. So at this point of the show, we just gonna, want you to let your love speak in the comments, and we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. We want to thank everybody for pulling up tonight. We did have a couple people in the comments in the chat. Lovely ATV, what's up, bub? Appreciate you for pulling up. And yeah, y'all, we hope something was useful. You could use something. We're gonna get FBD back in here. Shout out to FBD who pulled up tonight too and helped us out with the Love Speak Q&A. But that's all we got for y'all. We want everybody to have a peaceful, positive, and productive rest of your weekend. Please don't forget to smash that like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss a chance to let your love speak. Chef Earl Pearl at DB Chef TV. This is the Love Speak podcast. Y'all be doing this each and every Saturday night, 10 p.m. East Coast time. Make sure to subscribe. And we'll see y'all next time right here at the Love Speak, where you can get your love right. Peace.
BKSoulFarm.com, 1016 160 self-sustainability. jump on the list and get yourself together, right?
Only at the DB Chef TV podcast, where the world talks food. TLS Podcast, The Love Speak, TVK Podcast, The Veteran Kettle. Cigar Sundays on YouTube. Brunch with the fellas at Brunch Fellas. Bo's Podcast, Bo's on the Table. Sign up for the newsletter and shop merch and clothing at DBCHEFTV.com.